All right, shalom, Israel. Let's jump back into it. This is part three. So here we go. Says these Atlanteans established themselves in Egypt. Because remember, they say that Atlantis was the beginning. Well, that's just ancient Babylon. So these Babylonians went into Egypt after the dispersion from the tongues, where they became its first divine rulers. So see, they became, quote, divine rulers. Nearly all the great cosmologic myths. See, there's those myths again, right? The Egyptian myths, forming the foundation of the various sacred books of the world, are based upon the Atlantean mystery rituals. So, see, it's all about the Babylonian mystery rituals. That's where they all got it from. Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. They got all these mystery rituals, all these rites, all these things from there. Once the tongues got confused, they got spread out to their lands. The Hamites went to Egypt. The Matsrayim um, started doing their rituals, their rites. They just put it under their mythologies. They called it Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Started putting in each other's butts, doing all that nasty stuff, just like they did in Atlantis, or AKA Babylon. So see, just to show you one more thing I wanted to bring out of this book real fast, Israel. I'm going to start going kind of a little fast. Sorry if I'm start speeding up and sounding all crazy, but I got a lot of information to bring out, and I kind of want to get it all in these batch of videos. I can only record 4 or 5 at a time. Stupid 10-minute rules, nonsense. But anyways, it says the religions of Egypt. So this is page 429. The religions of Egypt at the time of the Israelite captivity. So see, even Manly P. Hall and the Masons recognize that us Israelites were captives in Egypt, man. All you Egyptologists, all you chemists, all you people that love Egypt so much coming against our people, saying that the Hebrews weren't even in. I seen a video of Shaka the other day saying that the Hebrews didn't even exist in Egypt up until the time of the Persians, which is nonsense, man. Which is nonsense. Okay, if that's true, I got a Bible encyclopedia right here. If that's true, no presents, huh? Then how do you explain this? Then how do you explain this, Shaka? Look at that. Semites, supposed to be Shammai, the Shemites, the sons of Shem, the people of Shem, entering Egypt about 2000 BC. So these guys are telling us that we've been in Egypt since 2000 BC. Look at that. Look at those brothers, man. Those are brothers. Those look just like us, man. Hispanics, blacks, Native Americans, just like us. Look at that. Look at those sisters. Rocking dresses, rocking the one shoulder. My wife wears shirts like that. Look at that. Look at that. Then what's up with that? We're in Egypt. We're in Egypt. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy's nonsense. Even these guys recognize this. This is the Israelite captivity. We're far older than even the Egyptian priests. So the religions of the Egyptians were even older than the Egyptian priests themselves realized. So they didn't even realize that they're as old as they thought. It goes back to Babylon. It goes back probably even before that with Cain. It says the Egyptians. It says histories were difficult to compile in those days, and the Egyptians. Yeah, well, it's because the mystery schools kept taking up everything. It says the Egyptians were satisfied to trace their race back to a mythological period when the gods themselves walked the earth and with their own power established the double empire of the Nile. So there you go. There's Shaka and all these guys say the same thing. Oh, there was a period where the ancient Egyptian pharaohs ruled for thousands of years and they were gods walking on earth and all this nonsense. The double empire of the Nile Valley cultures and all this crap. Well, this is what this is. It says the Egyptians did not dream that these divine progenitors were the Atlanteans or the Babylonians, who forced to abandon their 7 islands because of volcanic cataclysms. which was just actually just the confounding of the tongues and the destruction of their tower that they were building. They had immigrated into Egypt when then an Atlantean colony. So there it was just a colony of Babylon, where they established a great philosophic and literary center of civilization, which was later to influence profoundly the religions and sciences of unnumbered races and peoples. So yeah, I give you credit, man. The Egyptians did influence a lot of people. The Phoenicians, who were related to the Egyptians, they were all Canaanites. They were all they were all Hamites. Well, the Phoenicians were Canaanites, and then the Mitzrayim and the Canaanites were all Hamites. They all influenced everybody except for the Hebrews. We already seen in the previous videos. I already showed you, man, that we were the only ones opposed to these guys. Abraham was taken out of Ur in the Chaldees. Ur in the Chaldees, the Chaldeans, which is the land of the Chaldees, is where Babylon is. That's where they started all this nonsense. The Babylonian colony, Atlantean colony. This is where they influenced everybody. But see, it first came from Babylon. It first came from ancient Babylon with those mysteries, those ancient mystery schools. How come you ain't talking about the ancient mystery schools, man? Think you're helping people? Oh yeah, black power, man, community, blah, blah, blah. Real talk, real talk. No, real talk my ass, man. Real talk my ass. It says, today, Egypt is forgotten. You guys are forgotten, man. What are you doing? Says, but things Egyptian will always be remembered and revered. So yeah, you guys remember it, and yeah, you guys revere it, but you guys are a tiny little handful. Well, actually, you're not, because the only ones, you know who else does this? You know who else does this before, besides you stubborn Hebrews? Because that's what you guys are, just rebellious Hebrews. You know who else does that? The white man. The Edomites. Yeah, that's right. People you guys talk so much shit about. Oh yeah, the white man, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, he's the Egyptologist, smart guy. He's the one that translated all your coffin text. Yeah, you didn't even go into the original Egypt, did you? Into the Egyptian, the hieroglyphics. Nah, man, you went to the English translation, coming from the Edomites, coming from the white man. Man, you don't even know. Get the hell out of here, man. Just get the hell out of here. You're fucking done, man. You were done 5 videos ago of mine. You're over, bro. Let's keep going. It says Egypt is dead. Egypt is dead. You're dead, man. You're dead with your damn fucking weave on your head. You're dead. It says, yet it lives immortal in its literature, philosophy, and architectonics. So yeah, you guys got your literature, your philosophy, which your literature comes from the Masons, comes from the mystery schools. So that's not even yours. He'll even tell you that's not even yours. So you got to give all your literature back. Your philosophy, you got to give that back. And your architectonics, we already know that from in this book previously, that are the architecture and all the even in this book it talks about the so-called 7 wonders of the world. They were all done by so-called Masons. Done by so-called Masons. I'm about to even show you in this book that they revere Nimrod as the first Mason. So yeah, it is Masonry. It's just ancient. They just didn't call it Masonry back then. Back then it was just called mystery schools. So yeah, you could take your New Testament text back. You could take all the other texts that everyone else robbed from you back, the Moors and the Arabs and the Muslims and all that nonsense. Yeah, you could take all that back. Can't take the Hebrews though back, because we didn't jack nothing from nobody. Everyone jacked it from us. Well, actually, they didn't even jack from us. They perverted what we had because ours was better. They had their Babylonian colony. They had their Babylonian literature. That you guys jacked. You guys lifted it. So you got to give that back. You're not original, man. You're not original. We're done with this book. You know what? Let's get that real quick. We're going to bust into this one. Masonic Occult Symbols Illustrated. Alright. Because since we're talking about the Tower of Babel and whatnot. Alright, you know what, Israel? I'm gonna cut it real quick. Open up another one. We'll jump right back in where we left off. Alright, shalom.